So I believe the trail I'm on, it leads to Gray Butte Trail and also Panther Meadow, or Lower Panther Meadow maybe. I think there's an upper and a lower. So you can imagine how this meadow, well this isn't the meadow, but how the meadow got its name, which makes me a little nervous. I know you're not supposed to hike alone in cougar territory, but isn't cougar territory like everywhere now? Kind of seems that way. Based on all of the vehicles parked at the trailhead, I thought there'd be plenty of people out here. But I've been hiking for a little while and there hasn't been a single person. Makes me a little nervous about the whole cougar bear situation. But this is stunningly beautiful here though. You know, the forest itself would be enough, it would be beautiful, but then when you have views of Mount Shasta all the way up, pretty phenomenal. The moss growing on these trees. I don't know if it comes across that well on camera, but they look like fuzzy green teddy bears. So I finally passed some people and it kind of freaked me out because I haven't seen anyone in a while. Look at the pine cones. This is one of the smaller ones. They look like pineapples, huh? Pine cones. See, it seems like they're everywhere here. These trees that have just sort of crumbled. So you think windstorms? I don't know. They're not being uprooted like the trees that I saw, especially up like in the Olympics and stuff. The stumps are still in the ground, like this one. See, it's another tree just blown apart. Moss and all. That moss is so amazing. But I don't even know where it came from. It's just exploded. Exploding trees. This is a great trail, but it gets steep for sure. It's making me a little winded. So I could definitely see a cougar living here. Well, I know they live here, but thriving here. I know some of you are not too far from my age or my age. Do you remember the after school special? The one that was about a mountain lion, a cougar, and it was about a little girl whose house gets carried away in a flood. They're floating down a river, and there's a mountain lion in her house, floating down what I assumed was the Mississippi River, but who knows? It was a big river. What a strange story. I need to go back and see if I can just find that on the internet. I know they always had morals to those stories, but what's the moral to that story? When your house goes floating down a river, watch out for cougars. So luckily I'm still on the path. It can be a little hard here because it's not that distinguishable. So Southgate Meadows, 1.5 miles, and Gray Butte, 1 mile. I'm not sure what Southgate Meadows is. I thought this was Panther Meadows. Or Cougar Meadows. Panther. I think I keep calling it Cougar. Same difference, but... So I think I'm going to go to the Gray Butte, 1 mile that way. I don't always do that much research before I go on a hike. This is one I didn't do any on, and so, well, I did a tiny bit, and I'm already going the wrong way. I did a tiny bit of research, but I thought these were shorter than that. By the way people described them, it was kind of like you started out in the meadow, and then you could hike for a little bit to the Gray Butte. That's not how this is at all. It's like a mountain climb. And, yeah. All the way there. Oh, but getting up there now. I'm gonna have a new view over here in a minute. Well, there's a little peak of Mount Shasta. I've made it to the top of this mountain. And now I go down the mountain. I hope I don't go all the way back down because that means I would have to come all the way back up. Yeah, I'm definitely going downhill again. Well, I'm going down, but which means I will have to come back up. But I just can't help myself. It's just too beautiful here not to go. And I'm not sure. I guess that is Gray Butte right in front of us. I thought it might be, but I don't know. When they call it a butte, I don't think of there being many trees on it. But it's pretty tree covered. It's just gorgeous. And to think I was going to go to the movies instead of climbing Mount Shasta. I'm going to keep saying that, climbing Mount Shasta. Even though I totally am not climbing Mount Shasta. I am climbing Gray Butte. Which is nothing like Mount Shasta. But it makes me sound cool. I'm gonna tell people in Arizona that I climbed Mount Shasta. Maybe they'll believe me. And back up again. It's now a big rock trail. This trail is something else. It's pushing that moderate thing a little bit. I mean, you're not climbing over anything, but this is a long incline. It's not like super steep, but it's like you're going up for like 3 miles. Plus, I'm at like, I don't know, 8,000 feet, 9,000? Makes it a little harder to breathe. This view is amazing. this hike just is blowing me away. The views, they just keep getting better and better. And there is no one here. Not even a bird. Oh no, I hear a bird now. But it's like complete silence. I am so thankful for the sun being out. Wow. I don't even know where Gray Butte is, and I kind of don't care right now. I would be so satisfied just doing this. The only thing is, I don't know exactly where I'm going. I mean, I'm still on a trail, and it's not like I'm going to get lost, but did I already pass the Gray Butte? I have no idea. I'm not even sure what it looks like. But I am on a path, so all I have to do is follow the path back down. Okay, yeah, this is Gray Butte. There are quite a bit of trees on it, more trees than I'm used to on a butte. All I can say is wow. So my car is parked over there. If I could, all the way up here. It may not look that impressive on camera, I don't know. But that's something. A few miles up a mountain. And the hike does not end there. And it's getting a little more challenging. So I just heard a very loud crack. Could have been a tree falling on its own. I don't know. I don't have any energy left to fight off Bigfoot. Or a bear. Or a mountain lion. Or even a squirrel at this point would be questionable. Look at this, guys. Okay. I just got this much left. I'm going for it. Look at this. And I'm not alone. People eating truck mix. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna sit down for a minute, I think. I love that on top of this butte, I'm going to call it a mountain, on top of this mountain, it kind of looks like a meadow, doesn't it? It's not at all. It's kind of those rough, hard green-leaved, scrubby bushes. I don't know what they're called, but from here, it looks like a beautiful meadow on top of a beautiful mountain. You know, those, I was going to call them girls, but that's not nice. Those young ladies were really nice and had a nice little chat on top of the world. You know, and to be honest, this hike, you know, and maybe it was partially lack of oxygen or exhaustion, but I actually cried a bit. I was blown away by this and all of this. Yeah, it's something else. And thank you all for coming along on this epic hike. And I'll see you down the road.